What's good, guys? It's me, Fitzy Allen, again with another video, and today marks the day where I begin my brand new session here on YouTube called The Stand-Up Session, where I go into great detail on the types of stand-up comedy that I like, dislike, and all the stand-up comedians who surround that type of stuff. So what is it that we are talking about today? Today we're talking about the ever so talented Bo Burnham, the stand-up musical performer, comedian, actor, dude. So one day I was scrolling through my Netflix comedians and I happened to come across this one that I haven't really seen that much about. So I decided to click on his comedy special and I sat down and I watched it. And while I was watching this, I thought to myself, why is this dude playing the piano? Why is he singing? Like, when is this man gonna actually start telling jokes? So I turned off the comedy special right there. Like, I was like 10 minutes in, I stopped watching. Then I continued watching more standard stand-up comedians like Louis C.K., Kevin Hart, and a couple other ones, Dave Chappelle. And then that's when I came back like a couple weeks later to where I saw that he had an ad for a new comedy special called Be Happy. And I thought to myself at this point, like, if this man can get 2 comedy specials on Netflix, he must be well known for doing something. He must be funny to a certain audience. So then I decided to take a look at his comedy special. From there on out, I became a fan of Bo Burnham and all of his comedy specials, which is 2 on Netflix, which all of you guys can go watch like right after this video, because I wouldn't want you guys to go during my video. What? Anyway, what had interested me so much about Bo Burnham is actually what turned me off to him in the first time. All of his jokes went way too fast and I couldn't understand him. He would set up a joke and then it would just end. However, later on, when I started to watch his new special called Make Happy, I started to understand what his comedic roots came from. Anyway, what makes Bo Burnham so different from a lot of other stand-up comedians is that this man sings, he dances, he performs, and he acts right in front of the audience just to portray a bunch of different short, discrete jokes on stage. His comedy is so fast and so off the wall that if you're not really paying attention to what's going on, you're probably not going to understand any of his jokes, which is exactly what happened to me on my first watch. Now, if I had to contrast Bo to anybody or any comedian, I'd say he's kind of like an opposite to somebody more like Aziz Ansari, because Aziz Ansari, he works in these really well done transitions between joke to joke, which makes the whole thing kind of connected, where somebody more like Bo Burnham tells a joke and just ends it, tells a joke and just ends it, tells a joke and just ends it right then and there, kind of like a rapid fire shotgun of laughs. Like, I've seen his special Make Happy twice now, and there are some jokes that he made that I didn't really understand the first time that I completely understood the second time I watched it, and they were still very, very funny. Another thing that I really like about Bo Burnham's comedic style is it's very abrupt and very straight to the point. Like, there was this one point where he was telling a joke and then out of nowhere the punchline just came, and then I was just bamboozled of how this man could just tell this joke and just end it in this way. He is a genius. I'm dying. When it comes to me and the type of comedy that I seem to like the most, I like the type of comedy that can catch me off guard and put me in a flabbergastation. When it comes to Bo Burnham, he is an expert at catching you off guard. He'll set up a joke and have it go one way, and then he'll break it down and have it go a completely different way. Now, maybe this might be a little bit too weird for some people, but for me, it kind of tailored right to my taste.
I haven't done a lot of thinking. I like to do that right now, and what better to stop comic inertia, a little bit of poetic friction. All right, so get the giggles out, and these are my haikus. My aunt used to say, slow and steady wins the race. She died in a fire. For 15 cents a day, you can feed an African. They eat pennies.
Now, other than his abrupt comedic style and the way that he performs his jokes, I happen to find a huge interest in how his production value throughout the whole entire comedy specials work. Now, throughout both comedy specials, he uses his lights and audio from around and the surround sound and sometimes even the audience to tell jokes, which I've seen comedians do improv before, but the way that Bo Burnham likes to add it is just interesting to me. There was a point in me watching this to where I thought that I wasn't actually watching a stand-up comedy special. I was watching a performance, and it was just so amazing seeing the lights and the camera angles and the music and the surround sound all helping Bo tell his jokes, and it is just something that everybody should watch. Now, to further extenuate this point of Bo Burnham's amazing production value, you guys can go ahead and watch this clip.
Mr.
Bow.
We think you've changed, bro. We know best.
You suck.
We think you've changed, bro. We know best.
You suck.
We think we know
You.
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 We think we know We think we know We think we know We think we know Mr.
As you guys can see, that is just one of the many ways Bo Burnham uses his production value to help out with his stand-up comedy. Now, within the production value of Bo Burnham is actually his amazing, immaculate talent when it comes to singing and his musical performances. My favorite overall pieces of Bo Burnham and the songs that he makes is probably either Art Is Dead, the one where he parodies country music, or the one where he talks about getting a burrito from Chipotle, which is actually metaphor for how unhappy he is in his life, despite how much fame and how much glory goes into it. It is so amazing. He's got jokes, check. He's a good performer, check. But what else is a comedian known for? That's right, social criticism in our today's society. And when it comes to Bo Burnham, I've seen interviews of his where he describes why he doesn't exactly like coming at issues head on. What he does like to do is be a little bit more ironic when it comes to issues that go on in the real world. There was at one point in the special Make Happy where he actually got down in front of everybody and began to speak about his privilege as a human being in society. Like, this man knows that he is a straight white male. He actually made a song about being a straight white male, and he knows exactly where his privilege comes from. Which is actually funny to me because I've never seen really a stand-up comedian make fun of his overall white privilege while also knowing the fact that he is a privileged white man. Does that make any sense? Now, personally, I bet you guys can see why I really like Bo Burnham and why I think that he is an amazing comedian. However, he might not actually be for all of you. So when it comes to a recommendation, I do have to warn you that much like every other comedian, he is raunchy, he likes to tell jokes that may or may not be offensive, and he is really weird. But if you guys can look past all of that stuff, I truly think that each and every one of you guys should check out Bo Burnham and watch his comedy specials, both What and Make Happy, because both of them are extremely funny and should be watched by a lot of people. If you guys like this content where I go a little bit more into detail on stand-up comedy, leave this video a like and subscribe to my channel. But anyway, my name is Fitzy Allen. Love yourselves. Shout out to this t-shirt from Nathan Zed, and have a good day.
I am an artist, please God forgive me. I am an artist, please don't revere me. I am an artist, please don't respect me. I am an artist, feel free to correct me. A self-centered artist, self-obsessed artist. I am an artist, but I'm just a kid. I'm just a kid, I'm just a kid, and maybe I'll grow out of it.